Good morning mga katribo! Hatid sa inyo ng Daily Tribune at Radyo Bandido TV ang Gising na. Ito ang omni-media program na mapapanood Lunes hanggang Biyernes sa Daily Tribune's official Facebook page, Tribune Now on YouTube at simulcast sa DZRJ 810 AM. Siyempre, ako po si Kim Sancha. Mula alas 7:30 hanggang alas 7 ng umaga tuwing Lunes, Miyerkules at Biyernes, ating pag-uusapan at tayo ay magkukwentuhan tungkol sa mga trending entertainment news at inspiring lifestyle stories, mapa local at international man yan. Dahil ganyan ang buhay dito sa Gising na. Siyempre, pagpapatuloy natin ang ating mga panayam sa 5 pang binibini candidates ngayong Biyernes. At ngayong araw, ayun nga, 5 kandidata pa rin ang makakatsikahan natin nakalahok sa 58th edition ng most prestigious beauty pageant sa bansa, ang Legacy, History, Beauty ng Binibining Pilipinas. Ayan. At ang una nating makakausap, syempre, ay si Stacy Daniela Gabriel, representing Cainta Rizal. Good morning, Stacy.
Hello, magandang gising po sa inyo. Isang karangalan na maging bahagi ng inyong show.
Thank you. At syempre, pinaunlakan mo ang aming imbitasyon at ikaw ay gumising ng napakaaga. It's not a joke. At nandito ka na ngayon sa show. Ayan. So, saan ka pa papunta niya? Nasa sasakyan ka?
Opo, papunta po sa Araneta City para po sa rehearsal.
Alright.
For our costume fashion show tomorrow.
Yeah, that's tomorrow. Okay.
Ito po ang aking costume. Nakikita niyo po sa likod ang aking costume.
Huwag mo munang i-reveal. Kailangan yung pasabog bukas. Oh, yan. So, Stacy, kumusta naman ang iyong press presentation? At ready ka na ba sa coronation sa July 31st?
Thank you so much for asking, Kim. I feel so overwhelmed with gratitude, with joy. Nagpapasalamat po ako sa lahat ng walang sawang sumusuporta, hindi lang po sa akin, kundi sa aking mga sisters na rin po. You know, we feel the love and we send it right back.
Ayan.
Ready will ever be for coronation. We're very excited.
Okay, that's great to hear at napakaganda naman ang iyong energy ngayong umaga. At ayan, total naman on the way ka sa Araneta at yun nga, binanggit mo kanina yung costume. Ayan, pag-usapan natin yung costume mo. So, pwede mo bang bigyan kami ng kwento at sino yung designer ng iyong costume?
Opo. Again, thank you so much for asking. I love talking about my costume.
All right.
This is an ode, an homage to our valiant Taho warriors. Has actually revealed our costume, so it's no longer secret. Ako po ang magtataho.
Okay.
Kaya bukas po sisigaw na po tayo ng taho.
Ayan. At nabanggit mo na din lamang yan. Siyempre, aabangan ko yan kasi andun ako bukas. Dahil excited na kami diyang makita yung mga napakagandang mga costume at napakalaking costume. And Stacy, ano pala, di ba sa 31 na yung coronation ng Binibining Pilipinas yung 58th edition? So kung papipiliin ka, ano yung gusto mong title at bakit?
I would be absolutely thrilled with any title. Pero we would be especially thrilled for Binibining Pilipinas Intercontinental.
Okay, why?
You know, Queen Cindy Obenita did us so proud last year.
Right.
Her grace, her elegance, her poise, her intelligence. And it would be the honor of a lifetime to follow in her footsteps and do my country proud as well.
Right. And ito ba yung una mong pageant?
Opo, kauna-unahang pageant ito.
Ayan. And bago ka mag-join sa pageant, ano ba yung pinagkakabalahan mo? Nagtatrabaho ka ba? Nag-aaral ka ba?
Opo, isa po akong artista. Isa po akong actress. And my latest or my most recent project was FPJ's Ang Probinsyano.
Nandun ka pa ba?
Hindi na po. 4 na buwan po akong naging bahagi ng Task Force Aguila. Isa po akong police woman. At nagkasalisi po kami actually ng co-candidate ko, Diana Maki.
Ay.
So it's not to be reconnecting or reconnecting with her and getting to know her better in a way that I wasn't able to back then because we weren't on the show at the same time. But we did see each other from time to time, guestings and whatnot. But it's a thrill to be with my fellow Task Force Aguila.
Okay. All right. And what's your memorable experience in Provinciano? Were you able to, have a scene with the late Susan Roses?
Hindi po kami nagkasama ni Tita Susan sa isang eksena, pero madalas po kami nagkakasama sa set. At ang aalala ko po sa kanya, and something that I'll always cherish, is generosity of spirit.
Ay.
Napaka mapagbigay niya pong tao at artista. At kahit po ang na-share lang po namin ay isang ngiti or nagkakasalubong po kami minsan, pabalik po ako ng tent, papunta naman po siya sa set, at aalala ko lang po talaga yung kanyang the radiance that emanated, from her spirit.
Right.
And she was an incredible human being, not only on set but off set. And if I could be even a quarter of the inspirational figure she is, I would be the most lucky bini-bini.
Right. And alam namin, meron kayong mga advocacy, di ba? So, yung sa'yo ba, bakit mo yung napili? Nakaka-relate ka ba dito? Can you tell us?
Opo. I advocate for mental health awareness and acceptance. It's dear to my heart because I struggle with anxiety and OCD. Ang sinabi ko po sa mama ko bago po ako nag-file ng application is, if I could impact one life, if I could impact one mental health warrior's life, I will have done my job. So to be able to share my story, to share my story and to amplify the voices of fellow mental health warriors is a tremendous honor, and one that I would not have had the opportunity to do so on such a national platform if it weren't for Bini-Bini Pilipinas. So I am mighty grateful.
I agree. And apart from your advocacy, syempre, hindi biro maging isang aspiring beauty queen, di ba? Mahirap yan. It involves time, effort, at syempre yung money. So those are the challenges. So how do you handle those challenges?
My sisters and I have definitely been stretched in every way imaginable, financially, mentally, physically, emotionally. And I'm so lucky kasi po talaga na nasaksihan ko po ang bayanihan. Through my journey, meron po akong mga ninang, na nalalapitan ko po ngayon at nakakahingi po ako ng sponsorship, kahit po sapatos, hindi po natin naiisip, pero mahal po ang sapatos, ang shoes, so mas po akong nakalapitan, at syempre po ang aking LGU ay napaka-supportive. So I feel as though this journey was God ordained, God orchestrated, because akong walang trabaho dahil po sa pandemya. So the fact that I am able to do this, to allow myself to shine, to bet on myself, to invest in myself,
right,
it is such a God move, and it's a testament of God's faithfulness.
That is so touching and moving from your loved ones, actually, di ba? So, it's unexpected but meaningful. Yan. And, ayan, sabi mo kanina, on the way kayo dyan sa Araneta City, the city of first, for the rehearsal for the national costume tomorrow. So, pag wala kang ginagawa, or pag wala kayong ganap dyan sa Bini-Bini, ano yung pinagkakabalan mo? Sino ba si Stacy? Like, yung typical day mo, ano yung ginagawa mo?
Nako, ngayon po dahil sunod-sunod na po ang aming mga activity, pag nasa bahay po ako, talagang tinutulog ko na lang po siya para po talagang buhos na buhos po ang energy ko sa Pilipinas. But if we weren't in Bini-Bini season, I would be baking, cooking with my family. Food is our love language. So our best memories revolve around cooking and eating.
Ayan. Wow! Parang hindi naman ata nakikita sa iyong pangato kasi I saw your body and you're kind of sexy and beautiful. Ayan. Ano naman yung specialty mo? Ano yung favorite mong niluluto? Pwede ba ako makatikim niyan or kaming mga katribo makatikim niyan?
Nako, I would love to have you over. Ang paborito ko pong niluluto, let's see. Favorite ko pong adobong pusit.
Oh.
So, anytime na si Mama nagluto ng adobong pusit, best believe, andun po ako at ako po ang kanyang taste tester, and I'm happy to do that. And my sister and I love to bake. So, anything pastries, anything bread, that's our specialty.
I see. Patikimin mo ako bukas Joke lang. Wala ka ng time para patikimin ako niyan kasi syempre yung costume mo.
Hindi na magtataho po ako.
But I will be there. I will see you all tomorrow. Kayong mga nagagandang binibinis ngayong 58th edition. Kasi nga talagang inaabangan na namin yung malalaking costume, mabibigat at napakaganda talaga. Grabe. And since you are competing in Binibining Pilipinas, so why should you be the next Binibining Pilipinas Intercontinental?
Ooh! Kim, I was raised by two empowered, impactful, strong women. And they taught me to live for something greater than myself.
Right.
To reach out to those who are considered outcasts in society, to love those who are seen as unlovable. And if I were to become Binibining Pilipinas, I would carry that lesson in my heart, as I do today, even without a crown. And I would impart that to every Filipino. It would be the honor of a lifetime to represent my beloved country on the international stage.
Right.
And do my fellow Filipinos proud and raise our flag.
Okay. Wow. Raise your flag like Catriona. Yeah. You will raise our flag. Nakikita ko naman yan kapag ikaw ay nakoronahan na. So, abangan natin yan. At malapit na nga yan. So, Stacy, kanina nabanggit mo yung mga tumutulong sa'yo. So, ngayon, this is the time that you have the right or you have the time to say something, to thank someone, or meron ka bang gustong panawagan. Go ahead, Stacy. Stacy, are you there? I think nawala yata yung connection niya. Maybe she's trying to come back. Stacy, nawala ka. Okay. Ayan, si Stacy po yung ating Binibining Pilipinas candidate number 1 na pansamantala pong nawala sa ating connection or virtually. And actually, she's on the way to Araneta City para daw po dun sa rehearsal ng national costume na magaganap bukas sa New Frontier Theater. At yan nga po ay aabangan namin or natin kasi talagang napakaganda at mukhang napaka-espesyal ng national costume ng Binibining Pilipinas ngayong taon. At mga katribo, manatiling nakatutok sa Gising na dahil kami po ay magbabalik makalipas ang ilang paalala. At mga katribo, welcome back. Siyempre, kayo nanonood pa rin ng Ganyan ang Buhay dito sa Gising na. Bago tayo mag-commercial na wala sa ating virtual interview itong si Binibining Pilipinas Stacy. So, babalikan natin siya kapag may pagkakataon. Pero at this moment, kakausapin natin si Binibini 2, Christian Lynn Moreno, representing Camarines Sur. Welcome to the show, Christian.
Hello, maray na aga Kim, maray na aga everybody. It's a great way to start the day with Daily Tribune. So thank you for having us.
Yeah, and thank you also at bumangon ka na napakaaga. Alam ko mahirap yun sa inyo.
Of course, kailangan nating gumising at bumangon
Tama.
ng maaga.
Nasaan ka na ba
Para madami
ngayon?
tayong ma-accomplish in the day.
Right, I love that. And nasaan ka na ba ngayon? Nasa Araneta ka na ba?
I live nearby. So
Okay.
tatawid lang ako. Nandun na ako sa venue namin ng rehearsal. So
Okay.
nandito muna ako sa bahay para relax.
Costume na yan. Ayan. So, how can I call you
Sorry.
pala? I'm sorry.
Sorry, my internet is intermittent. So
How do you want me call you pala? So,
Jimmy Murato po sa inyong pambansang palatuntunan.
welcome back mga katribo at pasensya na po kayo at nagkaroon po kami ng technical problem. Anyway, nandito na ako at nagbabalik na ang aking kagandahan at alindog. Siyempre, kasama ko pa rin si Binibinitu, Krisha. Krisha?
hello.
Yeah, sorry. Nagkaroon tayo ng
Sorry.
technical problem.
Oo nga eh. Sorry, I think it's my internet.
Okay.
Naka-data lang kasi ako.
No,
I
it's
don't
okay.
have Wi-Fi.
It's okay.
I don't have Wi-Fi here, so please bear with me. Well, it happens naman.
Oo naman,
Sa mga
it's okay.
gantong virtual meeting.
Tama, ayan. So, ayun pala, ano palang gusto mong tawag ko sa'yo? Tama ba, Kia?
Yes, you guys can call me Kia.
Ayan, so-
like Kia Theater or Kia Motors.
Yeah. Right, sakto, 'di ba? Bukas dun yung ano nyo, pagrampa nyo
Yeah.
sa national costume. And kumusta ka naman pala nung press presentation? Handang-handa ka na ba sa coronation? At syempre, bukas.
Actually, during the press presentation, I expected it to be nerve-wracking. But surprisingly, I felt very calm and relaxed. So, nasa backstage ako, natutulog pa nga ako
Oh my
before
God.
my turn. Oo, because for me, it's very important to prepare or save your energy for the right moments.
Natulog ka pa
And-
niyang lagay na yan, ha? Yung marampa ka dyan, ha? Ikaw,
Oo,
ha?
para yung energy natin, buhos talaga lahat sa performance. So, I'm very happy with my performance and I think all of the girls did amazing and it was a successful event for Binibini. And for the coronation, I'm taking it one step at a time. You know, you cannot be fully prepared for anything. Who knows what will happen on the coronation night?
Right.
But of course, I'm still continuing with my trainings. Actually, kagabi, galing pa lang ako sa training ko for the national costume. We had to do a technical rehearsal, yung team ko, para makita namin kung paano yung flow, paano yung gagawin sa costume ko. And I'm very excited for tomorrow. I hope you are too kasi my costume is even more magnificent in person.
Ayan. Kaya actually excited ako at inaantay ko na yan kasi nga, yun nga, sabi ko nga, grabe itong national costume bukas. At
Yes.
total naman,
Lahat
napag-usapan.
talaga maganda.
Right. At napag-usapan mo na yan, ano ba yung national costume mo at sino nag-design ng costume mo?
I'm very grateful for my designer. My designer is Mama Candy Segovia. And pag narinig mo kasi yung Camarines Sur, automatically, ang naiisip ng mga tao is the Our Lady of Peña Francia.
Right.
So my national costume is a homage to the Our Lady of Peña Francia. Kasi diba, the Peña Francia Festival is one of the biggest festivals here in the Philippines known in Camarines Sur.
Ayan. Ano ba to? Malaki ba to? Mabigat?
Kaya naman. It's not too heavy. It's not too big. It's just the right right size for me para madala ko siya ng maayos.
Ayan. Kia, naalala ko lang yung previous binibilis na interview ko nitong mga nakarang araw. Pangatlo ka na sa tatawagin kong Sleeping Beauty Binibini. Kasi ang hiling mo din yatang matulog. Sabi mo kasi natutulog ka sa backstage yung press presentation eh.
Actually, pag we have like lull times, yung wala kaming ginagawa, lagi talaga ako nakakatulog. Like, kunyari sa chair lang, waiting lang ako sa rehearsal, nakakatulog talaga ako. Kasi nga, as I've said, it's important to save up your energy.
Correct. So that you will have something to, to exude and to project. Ayun. And,
so...
Kia, sa July 31 na yung coronation night, right? And alam ko maraming koronang naka-stake, diba?
Yeah.
So, kung papipiliin ka ng title, ano yung gusto mo at bakit?
Well, I would be very grateful to win any of the titles, but I am eyeing to be a woman of the globe.
Binibining Pilipinas Globe.
Yes.
Oh, actually, may pressure yan. Siyempre, ang reigning IC, Maureen Montan, right? So, hindi ka ba kinakabahan? At siyempre, mataas ang expectation ng mga Pinoy pagganyan. At alam mo naman ang mga Pinoy fans, lalo na sa pageant, alam mo naman kung makahanas siya at makakuda, as in, waga. So, how do you feel?
Well, for me, I don't mind the pressure if it will make me better. And para sa akin, it's not about the pressure. It's about the pride that you're carrying the Philippines and yung reigning natin is Maureen. So definitely, if I win Miss Globe, I will be very, very proud and excited to compete, knowing that I can carry the name of the Philippines the same way as Maureen carried it.
That's great. And then, ayan na, sabi mo na yung pressure. So, what motivates you to handle pressure pala? Kasi yan, minsan, nakaka-apekto yun sa performance eh. Meron ka bang parang tip or ano yung ginagawa mo para ma-loosen up?
Well, I've learned this from my past pageants, sometimes you just have to let things go and just enjoy the moment, have fun. Kasi when you're thinking too much of pressure inside you, like, I have to compete, I have to do my best, I have to do this, I have to do that. Then sometimes you're overthinking, naka-cloud yung mind mo, and hindi mo nagagawa yung parang dapat na mong gawin, iba pa yung nagagawa mo, or sometimes you mess up. So when you're just enjoying the moment, having fun, you glow differently. So I think that will be my plan of attack this time. And lagi kong iniisip, the people behind me, the ones that are supporting me, I actually do all of this for them because I want to make them proud.
Gusto ko yun plan of attack. Bago yun pero I love that, plan of attack. Ayun. Nabanggit mo na sumali ka ng pageant. Ano yung sinalihan mong pageant before? Pwede ba naming malaman?
I joined Miss Philippines Earth last 2019, and we are the first batch of Miss Universe Philippines yung pandemic 2020.
Right. Ayun. So, kumusta naman ang experience mo sa dalawang pageant na yan?
Sa mga pageants na sasalihan ko, I see that it's different. Iba-iba talaga siya sa kada pageant. But I find it very fun, the activities, kasi not only are we being showcased to the whole Philippines, but we actually get to do meaningful stuff. Kung ano yung advocacy ng pageant, kung ano yung advocacy namin, nagagawa namin. So I'm very grateful for that opportunity to be able to help and serve my fellow Filipinos.
At least you see the beauty on it, on joining pageants. And bago ka mag-pageant, are you working ba or are you studying?
I'm already working. I'm already 37, Kim.
No, it doesn't show. So, I mean, kasi di ba, may mga candidates kasi na pageant lang, walang trabaho, even that, with this certain age. So, kaya ako natanong din naman. So, you're working apart from being your pageant.
I'm a flight attendant.
Flight attendant. So, okay. So, you're flying to the world pala. Pwede mo akong isama dyan?
Sige, sama ka next time.
Ayan. Takot ako, may pandemic eh. Takot ako eh. Tsaka, gusto ko mang lumipad. Yung trabaho ko won't allow me to fly.
Pag
Ayun.
mga leave na lang, vacation.
Exactly. Ayun. Lalo na yung kagandahan ko, lola mo, merong live show. Tapos meron pang isang show. No, but alam mo, I was just saying that I cannot fly. I would love to, but I cannot.
Aw.
Ayun, then,
I hope you find time.
yeah, I
Kasi
will.
it's
I hope
also
I
good
can.
to relax, unwind. Di ba?
And yun, nabanggit mo kanina yung mga advocacy, di ba? So, yung advocacy mo, ano ba yun? Nakaka-relate ka ba dito or bakit yun ang pinili mo?
Well, I advocate for responsible tourism. I aim to educate people on how they can become responsible travelers
Right.
outside of the country as well as locals here in our country. Kasi in my travels, I've noticed Filipinos would often be responsible and disciplined when they're outside of the country. Pero pag dito sa sarili nating bansa, hindi masyado. I'm not saying na totally wala tayong disiplina, but we can improve on that matter. And I want to promote the practice of Claygo, if you're familiar. It's cleaning as you go.
Yeah,
Kasi,
familiar.
Yeah. Kasi yun yung nakikita ko. Pag nasa ibang bansa, like Hong Kong, Singapore, kaya namang mag-abide ng mga Filipinos doon. But here in our country, our mentality, hayaan nyo na yan, may maglilinis dyan. Which is supposed to not be the case, diba? I believe that it really is important for us to have a sense of responsibility and discipline so that we can move forward as a country.
I agree on what you said, yung mga Pilipino. Alam natin yung mga pasaway yung Pilipino.
Yeah.
Right, diba? So, ayun. Ayan, it's a good thing that you are working, pero kailangan ko pa rin itong itanong para dun sa, yung mga katibo nating, syempre, makarinig ba ng inspiration or how to manage? So, yun nga, di ba, hindi biro yung pagiging aspiring beauty queen kasi time, effort, at saka yung money. Yan, sobrang ang hirap niyan. Hindi ka talaga makakasurvive kung wala ka nung tatlong yan at kung paano mo hinahandle. Sa kaso mo, paano mo hinahandle itong mga to?
I think it's a balance of everything. You have to manage your time, you have to manage your finances, and you have to manage your energy for the right things. So yun, you have to learn how to prioritize, take things one at a time kasi hindi pwedeng sabay-sabay mong gagawin. You have to focus, you have to set your eyes on a goal and do your best to achieve that goal.
Right.
So yun for me is the best strategy.
Correct. And Kia, how long have you been a cabin crew?
6 years.
Okay.
I've been
Local ka
flying
ba
for
and international yung flight mo?
Yes, it's a mixture of both,
Okay.
international and local.
So, ano yung pinaka-favorite mong napuntahan dito sa atin at saka sa ibang bansa?
Here in the Philippines, I would say I love El Nido. Sobrang love. Ang dami actually. I love El Nido, Siargao. Kasi mahilig ako sa beach. Obvious naman sa color ko. Tagang morena, diba? So, I really enjoy yung Siargao kasi it has extreme activities. Mahilig kasi ako sa extreme adventure. I've tried free diving, scuba diving, cliff diving, lahat ata ng diving. So, yun, na-enjoy ko siya kasi kakaiba yung ma-offer ng Siargao. And also, El Nido, kasi kakaiba siya sa mga places na napuntahan ko. Sobrang breathtaking talaga ng El Nido, Palawan.
Yun. And how about sa ibang bansa?
Internationally, I would say Japan. Japan is really my favorite, not only because they have beautiful sceneries, masarap yung food, maganda yung mga tourist attraction, but yung pinaka-favorite ko about Japan is the culture and the people. Kasi actually doon ko binasa yung aking advocacy. Masasabi ko na isa sa mga pinaka-responsable at discipline ng mga tao ay ang mga Japanese. When I've been there in Japan, sobrang respectful ng mga Japanese. Talagang doon, hindi ka kakabahan na mawala yung mga gamit mo. And they're willing to help tourists. So, nakakatuwa lang if we can also apply that here in our country.
Alam mo, nakakatuwa ka, yung hope at saka yung eagerness mo to serve and to parang to inform on your advocacy. I can actually sense it on you. And
thank you.
Yeah. And pinili mo yung tourism, it's actually sakto dun sa personality mo kasi you're a cabin crew.
Yeah.
And yun nga, mahilig ka sa beach. So, saktong-sakto sa iyong advocacy dyan sa Binibining Pilipinas.
Yes.
Napansin ko lang naman, I have to comment you on that kasi yun nga, it's your personality and it suits you and as a Binibining Pilipinas candidate. And
Thank you, Kim.
Yep. And why should you be the next Binibining Pilipinas Globe, Kia?
I should win a crown, not because I look at it as something that will give me fame or, the popularity. But I actually see those titles as profession or job.
Yes.
And I should win the crown because I am ready for that duty and responsibility. Hindi lang siya para makilala ko ng mga tao or magpayaman or mag-artista. That is not my goal. That is, my goal is actually to really educate people and to help and serve the people. So that will make me the best fit for the crown.
Yan. Very
That
good.
eagerness and spirit.
Yep. Again, I can sense that on you. And Kia, at this point, we're giving you the time to say something to the people who supported you or loved and cared for you, sa pageant journey mo. Go ahead.
So, to my Katipuneras, Katipuneras kasi yung tawag sa mga supporters ko.
Alam ko yan.
They actually came up with that name. Sobrang
Cute
sobrang
nga
witty. Kasi Katipunera, very Filipino,
Filipino.
di ba? Kia, so Katipunera. So, to my Katipuneras, I cannot get tired of saying thank you to every one of you who continuously support me throughout my journey, hindi lang dito sa Binibining Pilipinas, even before. I'm very, very grateful to you all. And to all of you who are watching, please do support me and my Binibini sisters as we go along our journey. Tomorrow will be our national costume competition. Next Saturday on the 23rd will be the Grand Parade of Beauties.
Yes.
And of course, the coronation night will be on July 31. So I do hope you watch and support us and cheer for us.
Right.
And I hope to meet you there.
Na-meet na kita sa mga press event. Ayun. So, makikita pa naman tayo marami pang event. So, yeah, makikita tayo dalawa. And Kia, maraming salamat sa iyo at good luck. And again, syempre na-appreciate ko na gumising ka ng maaga para makapanayan ka namin dito sa aming show.
Thank you, Kim, and thank you, Daily Tribune.
Yeah, see ya. At
Thank you.
syempre, sa pagmuling pagbabalik ng Gising na, makakapanayam naman natin ang pangatlong binibini na kalahok, syempre, sa 58th edition ng Binibining Pilipinas. Yan ay matapos lang ang ilang paalala. At syempre, mga katribo, kayo'y nakatutok pa rin sa ganyan ang buhay dito sa Gising na. At ngayon nga, syempre, kasama ko na yung Aking partner dito na si Chirk Balagta. Saan ka ba kasi nanggaling?
Traffic kasi.
Okay. Sige, ayan. Kakausapin na natin ang pangatlong binibini na ating kakapanayamin ngayon na si Jane Darren Henobisa, representing Carcar City ng Cebu. Hello, good morning. Welcome to
Good
the show,
morning.
Jane.
Hello po, can you hear me?
Yep,
Yeah,
andinaw.
loud and clear.
Ayan. So, kumusta ka
Hello
naman?
everyone, good morning.
Good
Thank you so
morning.
much for having us.
Of course. At maraming salamat at bumangon ka ng maaga para dito sa show namin.
Talaga, Jared.
Yan. And Jean, kumusta ka naman ng press presentation? At tapos, handang-handa ka na ba? At ang national costume bukas.
Well, actually, I am so happy with my performance during the press presentation. Kasi I did that routine as in nag-practice kami before the press presentation. And ano naman po, sobrang happy naman ang coach ko. And I am also happy kasi I did my best.
Yan. That's good. At balitaan mo naman kami or kwentuhan mo kami ng iyong national costume tomorrow. Sino bang nag-design ito?
Well, it was designed by Julian Hintika and Alexis Ridesho from Mindanao, but it is inspired in Kamkam, which is it grows naturally in Carcar.
Ayun.
So yeah.
So, aabangan namin yan bukas. Siyempre, andun ako. Excited na kasi ako dyan. And sa July 31 naman yung coronation. So, kung papipiliin ka ng title, ano yung gusto mo at bakit?
Well, ang dami talaga yung nag-aim ng Miss Grand.
Oo
Kasi
nga.
lahat kami
Ang dami
gustong-
nyo actually.
Actually, sir, gusto namin madala yung pinakaunang
Oo.
title ng Miss Grand Philippines, di ba?
Oo.
So, ayun, I want to be the Miss Grand International because I was raised in an unlikely place to raise a child, which is a Fiesta Carnival, and knowing yung peryahan, we go from one place to another. And I also experienced growing up in Mindanao, the war is always, andyan na yan eh. Even before pa. And up until now, alam naman talaga natin na madaming commotions nangyayari sa Mindanao, and I have experienced it. And the advocacy of Miss Grand is to stop war and violence. And I think I fit in because I am not here to represent not just myself, but also the indigenous people and also the children who were orphans, street children, and abandoned children.
Right.
So, Miss Jane, si Chirk
Yeah.
to. Before joining this year's Binibining Pilipinas, sumali ka ba sa ibang pageant competition or are you working?
Actually, I'm a repeater. I am a Binibining Pilipinas candidate 2019. And then after that, I worked in as a sales. And now I am running a business on my own.
Wow, that's
I'm a
nice.
businesswoman.
It's okay. That's great to hear that story of you. And alam namin na meron kang or kayong chosen advocacy. So, in your case, ano yung advocacy mo? Nakaka-relate ka ba dito at bakit mo yun pinili?
Okay, so I am a member of Bogobo tribe. So my advocacy is preservation of tradition and culture, and my heart really goes to children because I am an orphan at an early age.
Oh.
I grew up in a Fiesta Carnival or Peryahan here in the Philippines, and I experienced a lot. I sleep in the plaza. Alam mo yung after ng work nyo, after nyo mag-operate, matutulog na lang ako sa street. I also tried na parang sisila ka kasi kailangan nyo ng food. Kasi I grew up with my grandparents. And kailangan ko din naman silang unahin than me. Kasi bata pa ako, di ba? So, if kung matutulog sila outside, kasi may maliit lang kaming, parang table. Tapos yung lola ko sa taas, yung lola ko sa baba. So, I need to find my space. Pupunta ako sa gym, doon ako matutulog, or kasama ko yung ibang street children, to sleep with them. Tapos yung, yung tinutulugan ko is yung taco. I tried that before.
Okay.
But yeah, luckily, naging okay naman ang buhay namin. And I'm so blessed with that.
Ayun nga yung sasabihin ko sa iyo, Jean, and look at you now. You're a candidate of Binibining Pilipinas, and hello, this is Binibining Pilipinas. So, what an accomplishment, right? Cherk, may tanong ka ba sa kanya?
Akala ko may follow-up na. Since hindi biro ang maging aspiring beauty queen, Miss Jane.
Mukhang na kaya tayo, natulala ka sa ganda ni
ganda kasi naman
Sorry, go.
Ayun na nga. Since hindi nga biro yung maging aspiring beauty queen, it involves everything like time, effort, and money. Paano mo yung na-handle yung mga ganitong challenges?
Well, actually, I have experienced this before during 2019, and yung time naman talaga, I just need to discipline myself. Lalo na pag early yung call time, I need to take a rest na. Pag at night, lalo na pag late din kami sila pa uwi. Kasi sometimes kasi di namin nakukuha yung test eh. Alam mo yun? So yung money naman, my family is really supportive. They are not here in the Philippines. I live alone here. I was independent since I was 15. Kasi they migrated in Japan since 2006. So since, ang sabi kasi ng family ko na you need to do anything what you want in the Philippines kasi hindi mo na mababalik yung oras. And just go for your dreams kasi andito lang naman kami to support you.
That's great.
So, ayun. Yeah.
And Jane, kanina yung bago sa'yo, ang hiling matulog. So, the third sleeping beauty binibini. So, kapag walang ganap yung binibini, ngayon naman, alam ko naman, police, na kayo ngayon, dami yung ginagawa. Nung hindi pa ba grabe yung schedule nyo, anong ginagawa mo? Ano yung typical day ni Jane?
Well, actually, as an independent woman, lagi naman talaga ako mag-isa. And wala lang po, nasa bahay lang ako. I reflect on myself sa lahat ng mga nangyari sa buhay ko. And I am so thankful. I always pray to God. Kasi yun na nga, I always pray na parang God will put me in a better situation. Kasi I also experienced a lot of things in life. And it's happening right now. I am just praying He will give me strength and knowledge on everything that I do.
So, Miss Jane, check uli. Why should you be the next Binibining Pilipinas?
Grand International. Yun ang kanyang title.
Kasi winning a crown is not just about the glitz and glam. It is about how you represent and what causes you represent.
Right.
And for me, being the Miss Grand International isn't just about bringing the crown here in the Philippines, but also having that platform to widen your advocacy, my advocacy, not just here in the Philippines, but in the international.
Right. Very well said. Ayan. Jane, at this point, we're giving you the time to say something to the people who supported and helped you sa pageant journey mo. Go ahead.
So, ayan. Thank you po so much sa lahat ng supporters ko since 2019 pa talaga. And I also want to thank my family. Alam kong makikita nila to. Thank you so much for supporting me all through the way. As in, like, simula pa lang, they're really there. And yun, hindi sila nagsasawang supportahan ako sa lahat ng mga ginagawa ko sa buhay. And also to the Binibining Pilipinas, thank you so much for giving me a chance again, to be in the situation right now, to be where I am standing right now.
Ayan.
And to the LGU of Karkar, thank you so much for supporting.
You deserve to be in the Binibining Pilipinas stage again, Jane. At
Thank you.
you're welcome. Maraming salamat sa iyo and good luck. Siyempre, magkikita tayo bukas dyan sa Araneta City, the city of first for the National Costume Competition.
Good luck.
See you po. See you and have time to take a photo with you.
Alright,
In
sure.
person. Kasi virtually nagkikita na tayo.
Ayan, good luck and thank you.
Thank you so much po.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Thank you. At sa muling pagbabalik ng Ganyan ang Buhay dito sa Gising na Church, makakasama natin ang panghuling binibini, si Binibini 5, Karen Lori Mendoza ng Iloilo City. Yan ay pagkatapos ng ilang paalala.
We'll be right back.
You.
nakatutok pa rin sa ganyan ng buhay dito sa Gising
Gising
na.
na.
Kasama siyempre si Chur. At Chur, gaya ng ating naipangako, kakausapin na natin si Binibini 5, Karen Lori Mendoza, representing Iloilo City. Hello, Karen. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Miss Karen.
Hello, good morning
Hi,
po.
good morning.
Ayan. Nice to see you
Wow,
again.
pretty naman na talaga
Yeah,
naman.
virtually this time, not, face to face. Hindi, kasama ko kasi siya sa mga event, kaya ito, first time ko siya nakausapin virtually. At maganda talaga itong si Karen. So,
Oo, eh.
Karen, kumusta
Thank
ka
you
na?
po.
You're welcome. So, kumusta ka naman ng press presentation, your press presentation at preparation sa July 31st at sa National Costume tomorrow?
Well, actually, in press presentation, I was really happy because parang in-enjoy ko lang yung moment. And then, it's actually my second time, so I was part of Binibini, just like Jane Darren. Magkatabi kami, by the way.
Oo, sinabi mo nga yan kanina, nakausap kita eh.
Yeah, so I'm also a repeater. So I'm Binibining Iloilo from last year. And then you might know me as your It's Okay Not to Be Okay
Yes,
Queen.
I
Yeah.
still remember that. Yes, yes.
Yeah, so this year I'm really happy na sobrang calm ko lang nung press presentation and in-enjoy ko lang, and I think nakita yun ng mga tao, and I'm really happy that they are acknowledging my growth. Of course, also with my national costume last year kasi yung natcos ko I selected Tata Blas Penuela, and sabi ko, even before I won Miss Iloilo, I told myself na kung sino man yung nanalo sa Best in Costume dun sa Dinagyang Festival sa amin, yun yung natcos designer ko. And up until now, siya pa din yung designer ko. So my national costume is about bayanihan, and of course, the Binukod Princess of Iloilo, Panay Bukidnon. So I'm really happy to showcase that, not just the culture of the Panay Bukidnons, but also to share my advocacy with bayanihan. So I'm really happy about that.
Yep, I can see that. At yan, ang ganda-ganda mo dyan sa press presentation. Ayun.
Thank you.
Yep, Karen, of course, alam ko na to kung ano yung gusto mo maging title. Pero for the sake ng ating mga katribo, ano ba yung gusto mong title at bakit?
Of course, I've been very vocal of this. Well, sobrang kasi Stacey earlier was aiming for Miss Intercontinental,
Yes.
and then Kia was Globe, and then Jane Darren is aiming for Grand International. So ako naman po, I'm really vocal about this, and I'm aiming for the Miss International crown. Not just because siguro na I talk just like this, it's my natural voice, but I really believe in the platform of Miss International, especially with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And sobrang excited ako if ever, hopefully, if ever I'm gonna be the next Binibining Pilipinas International, maka-work ako with them together, and yung sa mental health advocacy.
Hello, Miss Karen. So, before joining this year's Binibining Pilipinas, sumali ka ba sa ibang pageant competition or are you working?
Well, yung very first pageant ko, nabudo lang po ako ng manager ko sa Cebu.
So, kasalanan niya, joke.
No, but it was an eye-opener to me kasi I've been exposed to modeling since I was 15 years old. And with same company lang kami ni Kia. I'm with Cebu Pacific. I've been a cabin crew for almost 5 years actually. And no, that was 2017. I was based there because I was a cabin crew. And ayun, yung after nun sabi ko, parang love ko ba siya or hindi? But I really wanted to be a queen. I want my voice to be heard. Ang dami kong opinions in life, and I wanted to be heard by people. So, sabi ko sa sarili ko, why not join again? But I want to join in the right time. And I think that time was last year. But minalas lang tayo kasi because of the pandemic, it was so long.
Right.
And ayun, I am trying my luck again this year.
Ayun. And Karen, I forgot na kung ano yung advocacy mo nung last time. So, this year ba, same lang din ba? At bakit yun yung pinili mo? Nakaka-relate ka ba?
Yes, it's the same thing. I'm advocating for mental health literacy here in the Philippines, especially na gusto ko nang mawala yung stigma. You know, I've been obsessing, watching Netflix movies, documentaries, and yung sa isang series, yung ano tawag dun? Umbrella Academy.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sa season 2, you know how people are discriminated by race and by gender. And for me, sobrang nakakasad lang kasi even before, up until now, sobrang discriminate pa din yung mga tao who are experiencing mental health. And it's a taboo topic. Ayaw nating pag-usapan yan. And for me, that's very sad. Ako kasi, noong 2017, nung na-base ako sa Cebu, I experienced depression as well. I am not clinically diagnosed, but I have a cousin who is a psychiatrist, and I asked for help. And then, sobrang naano ko din kasi I was abused by my partner, not only emotionally, verbally, but physically. So, dun talaga ako na step up, and I was like, I need the people to hear me. I want them to know that they're not alone. They're not experiencing this alone. Meron din ibang tao just like me who are experiencing it. That's why during this pandemic, after my BBB stint last year, I was so happy with that question na napunta sa akin yung Boy Abuela, because it's not just, kasi yung iba sinasabi nila na, ay, hindi nanalo si Karen because of that question. For me, it was a blessing in disguise because I get to work with local organizations and also international organizations, and I get to speak my voice and inspire a lot of people.
Right.
Yeah. Yes po. Trick po ito. Hindi biro ang maging aspiring beauty queen. It involves everything like time, efforts, and money. Paano mo hinahandle ang mga ganitong challenges, Miss Karen?
I think, Karen, are you on mute?
Yeah.
Sorry!
Okay. But were you able to hear the question?
Yes, I did.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Should.
Yeah, for me, kasi it's really hard to be a beauty queen, and I struggled financially, especially last year. I was retrenched nung pandemic. Nawalan ako ng trabaho, yung cabin crew ko. I was nag-apply ako online teacher. English online teacher for Japanese students. And you know how hard it is to put food on the table, especially ako, only child lang ako, and then hinahelp ko din yung mga cousins ko because we're just living in the same roof. So, sa pageant naman, parang I'm really happy that a lot of people are seeing potential, especially last year, and then they're sponsoring me, not just in Iloilo, but I'm also thankful to my manager dun sa Cebu na nagpumilit sa akin na mag-join first the pageant kasi sobrang daming I received the love because sabi ko, grabe, kung hindi ako naniniwala sa sarili ko, ang dami palang naniniwala sa akin na kaya ko. So, you know, sometimes you have that anxiety na parang hindi ko kaya, but really you can, and that pushes you forward to join. And ipatuloy talaga yung pageantry.
Right. And Karen, ikaw naman, anong ginagawa mo pag hindi kayo busy sa Binibining Pilipinas? Gusto naming malaman. Yung typical day ni Karen.
Well, I'm an artist, so I paint.
I know that too. Nag-usap tayo dyan. Alam ko yan.
And I love to do earrings. I can do polymer clay earrings, even acrylic earrings. So I like to do that. I'm an adventurous person, so I love wall climbing, anything under the sun. Sometimes nagpa-firing range ako, and then I like to surf. I grew up by the beach, so mukhang puti lang ako, but I easily get tan and I easily get white. So ang dami kong kayang gawin. Kaya ko pa nga how do you say this in Tagalog? The green shells, manginhas in Ilonggo. So, ayun. I also cook. That's my first love.
Okay.
Nung pumunta nga sinabi ko talaga, even though I'm not aiming for Miss Grand International, I was like, Hi, I'm Karen. I love to cook, and my specialty is Thai food, especially
Ang ganda nun ha, kininig mo talaga. Perfect ka doon actually. Ayun, check may tanong.
May ano lang, masegue lang.
Right.
Yes po, why should you be the next Bining Pilipinas, Miss Karen?
International. Yun ang gusto niya.
Yeah, so just like what I said before, okay, I'll put this a little bit backwards.
Uh-huh.
So when I was a kid, I really look up to my mom, and my mom is having this huge collection of the royal family collectibles. Meron siyang yung pagkasal ni Princess Diana.
Yeah.
May mga cookie jars siya nila Meghan Markle. I don't know how she got it, but she's so obsessed with the royal family. And I think some people wanted to be a nurse or even a lawyer or let's say a doctor. And for me, I just knew now that parang hindi naman now like today, but I knew from the start and naliwanagan lang ako that I really wanted to be a queen. And my inspiration is Princess Diana and how she uses her platform well. She's actually the black sheep of the royal family. She uses her voice well. Imagine before in her time, she is advocating for HIV awareness,
Yes.
even how to speak up for the black people,
Yes.
and even mental health. So that really raises the bar. And sabi ko, I just want to be like her. So bata pa lang pa, I wanted to be a queen. And I want to be the next Pinipining Filipinas International Queen kasi just like what I said earlier, I love what especially now that they're working with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, yung number 5. So with help ng my fans, the Karen Finity, Karen Stairs, to my fellow Ilonggo, salamat gid sa tanan yung pagpalangga. And my fans and my family here in Manila, in Cebu, my team Karen, I love you guys so much. And to all who's watching, I want you to please join us on our national costume. It's on Saturday.
Yes.
Of course, our Parade of Beauties, wala kami nun last year, and I'm really happy to experience it this year. On the 23rd, Parade of Beauties po namin yun. It's gonna be fun and masaya yung araw na yun. And then, most especially, abangan po ninyo yung coronation night namin. That's July 31st, 9 p.m. sa Araneta Coliseum.
Yeah.
See you all there!
Yeah.
Thank you.
Karen, maraming salamat at good luck. At syempre, magkikita tayo bukas sa National Costume. Good luck sa'yo and stay healthy and beautiful.
Thank you guys so much. Have a great day ahead.
Have a great day. Ingat.
Ayan. At Chirk, syempre, papasalamatan natin ulit yung mga binibinis na sina Stacy, Kia, Jane, at Karen. Syempre, sa inyong time at gumising kayo ng maaga. Maraming salamat, Araneta City, the City of Pearls. Syempre, kay Ray at kay Leroy sa pag-aayos itong guesting itong mga binibini. At Chirk, eto na. Sa muling pagbabalik ng Omni Media program, Gising na, the spotlight will be on for Ryan Robert Flores, the co-founder of Vintana.ph, an online magazine on Filipino and global contemporary art. It was founded in 2019 in response to an opportunity in the market to bring Philippine contemporary art to the growing local art scene, from established and esteemed member of the Philippine art community to promising up-and-coming artists. Joining Ryan's limelight is Daily Tribune's managing editor, Dina Ventura. Right. And that's coming right up after these reminders.
good morning mga katribu, and welcome to Spotlight. I am Dina Ventura. Today we're back to brighten up your mornings with the hottest scoops in fashion, arts, culture, entertainment, sports, and anything that makes you feel good. And for today's episode, we'll get to know an online Philippine art gallery that's been providing a platform for all artists from all walks of life to showcase their works. So it's not just a gallery, it also serves as a source of educational materials on contemporary art. So yesterday, they launched something new that will become available to the public soon. And we'll know everything about that from Ryan Robert Flores, the co-founder and gallery coordinator of Vintana.ph. So, welcome Robert. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having us.
Okay, so first of all, what is Vintana.ph and why did you choose this name?
Okay, so Vintana.ph is an online gallery where we feature basically artwork from different contemporary artists, both established and up and coming. And we came up with a name. It's actually a play on the Spanish word ventana, which means window. And we basically our mission is to serve as the window for collectors, the public, as well as artists into a broader world.
Mm-hmm. How did this come about? I mean, how did you get this idea?
Right. So actually, Ventana was started out by myself as well as two other very close high school friends, Ram Bautista and Angela Gadi, who serve as the managing director and the art director of Ventana, respectively. We were very fast friends in high school, and then when we got reunited a couple of years after, we decided to do something creative. We came up with the idea of an online gallery to take advantage of the technological advancements in terms of the internet. To take advantage of that market, we decided to just put up an online gallery.
Okay, so when did you establish Vintana exactly?
Right. So this was actually in 2019. We started playing with the idea, which is actually quite fortuitous because when the pandemic happened, a lot of people were stuck at home, and there was really a need for beauty, for art, for people to actually see and experience. And that's really part of what made Ventana very successful, is because we provided them with that outlet, basically.
Okay. And how does Vintana look for homegrown talents?
Right. So basically, what the process is that we come up with at least one show per month. We would decide on a theme, and then we would look at the list, or we would look at the list of our artist contacts who we feel would best interpret the theme that we've decided on, and then we basically invite these artists ourselves.
Okay. You launched the Little Big Art Show 2022. So can you tell us more about it?
Sure. The Little Big Art Show is an annual show that we have where we take the best, or at least in our opinion, the best examples of Philippine contemporary art at any point in time. So last year it was there was a set of artists that we featured, and for this year we have a new one. If you may permit me, there are three basic categories of the artists that we chose.
Okay.
Those who are established, those who we've worked with before, are very successful with Ventana, and the third would be up and coming. So it gives you a fairly comprehensive idea as to what the state of Philippine contemporary art is in 2022.
Okay. So what was the theme again for this year, for the Little Big Art Show?
For the Little Big Art Show, so there's really no theme for the annual Little Big Art Show. It's a free for all. So we just basically invite these artists to come up with their best work.
Okay.
And all of these are new artwork. Actually, that's the thing. That's one of the things that we have for the Little Big Art Show is that we always encourage artists who we invite to provide new work that would serve as basically like a time capsule of Philippine contemporary art for the year.
Okay, and how did you find the artists to participate in this exhibit?
We establish relationships with the artists personally. We would go on their studio tours. We would get to know them very well. I mean, we would form really very tight relationships with them, as well as we go to their openings, different gallery openings. Really, it's really a grassroots. It's basically grassroots effort on our part. We would want to cultivate really organic relationships with these artists, and we're very blessed. We're actually very grateful that they trust us, or they entrust us with the custody as well as the selling of their work.
Okay, so can you tell me a little bit more about your process? Like, how do you approach them, and then how do you work out an arrangement with them for an exhibit or show?
Right. So as I mentioned earlier, we basically come up with a theme, and then from there we do have a list of artists who we work with. We basically approach them. We tell them the size requirements, or if there are any size requirements or mediums that we would want to see. Because again, the different kinds or categories of art that Ventana.ph features runs the gamut from oil portraits or paintings, as well as sculpture. So normally it's really or once the theme is established, we would actually go ahead and sort of negotiate with them exactly how many pieces they could feature.
Okay.
And then after that, it's really a question of again the relationships that we form with our artists. It's a very casual, very informal process, it's a very informal process on our part. It's really more on the trust that they give Ventana.ph, and then we basically all right. So after that, when we agree on a set number of pieces, we then process it. We process it by providing them high resolution photography, which we would feature on the website. And now with Ventana Gallery, we actually now we have the opportunity to showcase them in real life,
in person.
So sorry. So and that's pretty much it. And it's a little more. It's actually quite straightforward for us.
So, am I to assume that you have always been an art aficionado?
Actually, you because of what we did, I guess you can be forgiven for assuming so. But actually, no, that's the funny thing with the founders of Ventana.ph, and I think that also contributes to the unique perspective that we have on Philippine contemporary art, is that we're not classically trained, or we're not actually from the art world. My partners are in software development. They're in writing, and I myself actually I do come from a marketing background. So I'm thinking, or I guess that actually, as I said, that actually contributes to our unique perspective on how to look at Philippine art, free from biases or stuff like that. And also that actually leads me to think that in terms of the social media aspect of it, because our business is primarily basically powered by social media.
Yes.
So it's really what sets us apart in terms of the other art galleries and stuff like that, would be the content that we produce. So we actually do have, apart from artist profiles, we also do coverage on like major art movements, as well as other art education materials, where we basically want to help people basically appreciate art more.
So it's like a mini art magazine online.
Yes, actually, that's a very good description of it. What we
Okay.
do. Yeah.
Great. So now you have a gallery also, and where is this gallery, and how long will you be holding the exhibit there?
Okay, so the Little Big Art Show, it will run from July 16 to July 27. This will be at the Asbury, which is located on 2 Orion Street, Poblacion, Bel Air, Makati.
Okay, Poblacion. So after viewing, you can go out.
Go out and party.
Party, yes. So everybody, something to take note of. But before we continue learning about the Little Big Art Show and Vintana.ph, Spotlight will take a short break. Welcome back to Spotlight. Before the break, the co-founder and gallery coordinator of Vintana.ph was telling us about a Little Big Art Show that will be open to the public starting on the 16th. So, Robert, who are your featured guests for this show?
For this show, we actually have a very special lineup for people who would be going to the Little Big Art Show. Will be treated to art by really established as well as great up and coming artists such as Dex Fernandez, Manuel Ocampo. You also have Kirk Dijamco, as well as Jojo Barha, and RG Bandoy.
Okay.
And many more, actually. Sorry.
Around how many are we talking about?
We're talking about 15 artists from different levels of popularity. But again, we're headlining really serious artists this time around. Especially for Dex Fernandez and Manuel Ocampo. Actually, those are the two ones to look out for.
Oh, why? Can you tell us a little bit more about these two?
Manuel Ocampo, of course, is very. He's actually one of the most popular artists, contemporary artists that we have right now, and his artwork actually is very distinctive. It's actually something that you should really take a look at. And then Dex Fernandez, of course, is very popular. Especially with the younger set. He's the one who popularized the Garapata character. Yeah, and actually really, really nice. I mean, it's one of my favorite pieces thus far.
Okay, and we understand that this is a physical gallery, but since you're very much digitized, can people see the gallery virtually also?
Yes, we do have since we have these exhibits in the gallery itself. There will always be a companion website or web page dedicated to the show. So that being said, I mean we do have that gallery, or we do have the Vintana gallery, but we never forget the roots of Vintana.ph, which is real digital.
Right.
So yeah, we'll always have that. Well, and that would actually run, or will be up there online even after the exhibit has closed in the Vintana gallery.
Oh.
So you'll still be able to enjoy it there.
I think that's really great exposure for the artists that you partner with. I mean,
Yes.
they'll be getting constant exposure online, and that's, I think, a big help for the industry. I mean, right now, especially when they need all the help they can get, right?
That's true. That's true.
So, you've talked about this a little bit before, earlier in our conversation, but now can you summarize what makes Vintana.ph stand out from all the other galleries out there?
Right. So I think the most significant thing that sets us apart from other galleries will be the mission that we have. We understand that we're running a gallery and we're running a business, but also, or beyond that, we do want to serve as the bridge between the artists and of course the public and the collectors and stuff like that. And then of course to provide meaningful content for people to help people appreciate art more. In fact, if you go to our YouTube channel and our social media channels, of course, when you go there, you'd find that our content really centers more on how people are these artists. So we feature the art and the artists in a way that is meant to allow the public to gain a little more insight as to how they or to what their art is about. And in so doing, when they go on and see the artwork, they would be able to have like a deeper understanding of the process of the artist. I guess, and of course that actually I think is something that's not very that's not very common in the industry.
You know what, Robert, you're making me so curious now about you and your friends, because you told me that you're not aficionados per se, but you chose to go into the art field helping out artists. So what's driving you to do that? What made you do that in the first place?
I guess it's the thing. For at least I can speak for myself. I mean, even though I did not exactly go into an art course or an art track or a career in the arts, I've always found creativity in all of its forms very interesting or intriguing. So I have a fairly modest collection of paintings. So and I do enjoy like going to museums and all of the thing and all of that. And given the opportunity to work in a creative field, have always that has always been a dream. That has always been one of
one of your dreams, and now you're living one of your dreams.
Yeah.
But what were you doing before you went into this?
Right now, well, basically, as I mentioned before, I'm a marketing guy. Actually, I'm a marketing person, and also legal. Actually, I do have some legal training.
Okay, all right. So, what about your partners?
For my partners, they're like. Ram Bautista is into web development. He runs a company for web development and digital advertising. And then Angela, the other partner in Vintana, is a writer. And she takes care of all of our content.
All right. How do you see Filipino artists in the international stage from your perspective now as owners of this business?
I mean, when we started out with Vintana, that's always been the prevailing opinion, where Filipino artists or Filipino art has great potential, and oftentimes the only thing that stands in the way for them getting the recognition that they deserve is really exposure and the platform for their works. And that, of course, is something that Vintana seeks to provide for them.
Okay, very good. So now it's all coming together for this industry. We don't have enough time. I have plenty more questions, but now that we're about to end the show, do you have a message for our viewers? Maybe something to promote?
Yes, definitely. I would like to invite everyone to go and see the Little Big Art Show at the Asbury in Tuarayan Poblacion, Bel Air, Makati. Please come, and we'd love to have you. And if you have any, and also sorry to follow, like and subscribe on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube for Ventana for more updates for our upcoming shows. We do have a very, we do have a program that stretches all the way to the end of the year for more exhibits. And yeah, that's the best way to keep yourselves updated on what Ventana is up to.
Yes, and surround yourselves with beautiful things or art. So we do hope to meet you in person soon, Ryan, Robert, Flores. Thank you so much for joining us today. Stay safe and good luck with the show.
You too, and thank you again for having us.
So there we have it, mga katribo. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. You can watch Gising Na every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube. Also simulcast on DZRJ 810 a.m. Thanks to Teleradio Bandido TV. Once again, I'm Dina Ventura, and this has been Spotlight on Gising Na.
Welcome back mga katribo, and there you have it nga. Magbabalik kami on Monday at may sasabihin si Kim Sancha.
O, siyempre, kaya kami nagbabalik para magpaalam dahil hindi kami nakapagpaalam kanina. At ayun nga, magkita-kita ulit tayo next week. At natapos na naman ang isang linggo ng Gising Na. Siyempre, with Ganyan ang Buhay, Spotlight at Kalingang Katribo. Ako po si Kim Sancha.
Church Balagtas!
Happy weekend mga katribo!
Ingat!